Hi everyone, hope you're doing great. In this video, I'm going to show you 4 more tools from the Draw Tools. By the way, if you're into making animations, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. The first tool is Freehand, which is for drawing freely, like this. Alright, let's learn it in detail. It has a few settings we need to learn together, but first you can reset the settings from here so any previous adjustments won't cause any issues. The first option here is None. When the settings are on this mode, your pen draws a simple line without any complexity, exactly like these lines I'm drawing. But if you set the mode to Use Pen Pressure, the stroke size changes based on how much pressure you apply with your pen. However, if you don't have a pen, you won't notice any changes. The next option is Random, which changes the stroke size randomly for you. As you can see, some parts are thinner and some parts are thicker. The next option is Width Variation. The higher the percentage, the more the stroke thickness changes. The lower the percentage, the less the stroke thickness will change. As you can see, by setting the percentage to 0, the changes in stroke thickness stop completely. The next options are Taper Start and Taper End. If we enable Taper Start, we can adjust the thickness of the beginning of the line. If we enable Taper End, we can set the thickness of the end of the line we're drawing, exactly like you can see in the video. The next option is Smoothing, which you can adjust to make the lines you draw smoother or more jagged, exactly like you see in the video. As you can see, it's like the more you continue the line, the more it affects the previous lines, almost like it's dragging them along. The next option is Point Reduction, which changes the distance between the points on the line you draw. Keep in mind that the higher this number, the more distance between the points, and the lower the number, the closer the points will be. Let's go ahead and try it together. As you can see, by increasing it, we only have 3 points on the line. As you can see, by reducing the point reduction value, the number of points increased a lot. The other option is Weld Ends, which connects the ends of the lines together. You've already learned to autofill and auto-stroke, but just to repeat, if autofill is on, the shape you draw gets filled with color, and if auto-stroke is on, a stroke appears around the shape. I'm changing the color so you can see it better, since white isn't very noticeable. Now you can see both the stroke and the fill on the shape. Now let's see what features Multi-Stroke Fill has. Let's open a new tab and try it out. If I start drawing multiple lines like this in normal mode, you'll see that all these lines form separate shapes. As you can see, each of these shapes is separate from the others. Now let's do the same thing again with multi-stroke enabled. As you can see, all these shapes form a single shape now, and that's the cool feature of multi-stroke. The next tool we need to learn is Draw Shape, which lets us draw different shapes. With it, we can draw shapes like rectangles, ovals, triangles, and a bunch of other shapes. But the thing you need to pay attention to is that if you hold the Shift key on your keyboard while drawing these shapes, they'll be drawn proportionally. It has other options too, but in my opinion, they're not very useful except for the grid. You can easily draw the grid by dragging the mouse, and by changing its values, you can set the number of rows and columns for the grid. As you can see, the numbers we entered have been applied. The next option is Delete Edge, which erases the edges for us. As you can see, whenever I click on any edge, it deletes it for me, and it doesn't have any specific settings. The next option is Magnet. I'll click once on the screen so there's no point selected. Now I'm enabling Magnet. Pay attention, because with this option you can change the size of the magnet. If I click and drag, my magnet will move all the points I click on in the direction I'm dragging it. But if I enable Select Point Only, it will only move the points that were selected before, and it won't affect the points that are in a deselected state. As you can see in the video, it only affects the points that were selected. If you're into making animations, don't forget to like and subscribe.